Next on the budget hearing schedule is Child Support Enforcement Agency, Director Susan Brown and Assistant Director Lori Torriero.
Well, the floor is yours, ladies.
Thank you
Thanks for
very
being
much.
here.
Contained in your packets today are a number of documents, including all of our work and initiatives and accomplishments and all of our performance statistics. So if you would like a deep dive into those areas, you're more than welcome to look over those documents. So good afternoon, President O'Grady, Commissioner Brooks, Commissioner Brown, County Administrators, Zach, Antoine. I'm Susan Brown, representing the 268 employees of Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency, including all of the senior staff who are with me today. For 2017, Franklin County CSEA will continue to build its legacy of program performance, innovation, and improvement. In many ways, the child support program exemplifies a culture of change, exploring new frontiers in government service delivery. In a major paradigm shift, the Franklin County CSEA has evolved from a welfare cost recovery model to a key family support program. Managing change within the child support world means creating a workplace where all staff understand and value the program's increased emphasis on realistic approaches to obtaining regular support payments for children. We continue to offer training and support to our staff in order to increase our awareness of the barriers that our clients face and the techniques and measures that we must take in order to encourage confidence by our clients and empathy from our staff. Managing this shift requires a more complex case management environment, one in which the computer helps caseworkers manage their caseloads by stratifying the client populations and selecting the right tool for the right person at the right time to increase the likelihood of reliable support. The shift means implementing early intervention strategies, sensible policies and practices, service delivery approaches that address barriers to payment. It means more collaboration with other programs and agencies. It means accepting both parents as our customers in the best interest of their child, and finding the right balance of enforcement and engagement to get results families need. It means believing that what we all do as individuals and together makes a profound difference in the well-being of the children and families we serve. So there's two key documents that help derive the direction of our program, which is our BPRO report, Budgeting for Policy Results and Outcomes. This is our monthly management report, which provides a structure and focus to ensure that the agency maintains its concentration on constant improvement of its core services. It also acts as an identifier of administrative successes and challenges. Also, our National Child Support Strategic Plan provides us a template and the resources to provide direction to the program and to move forward as a national leader in progressive program innovation. Our former strategic planning bubble chart, illustrated here, shows the strategic shift by demonstrating the innovative partnerships and initiatives that the state and county programs have developed to help parents improve their ability and willingness to support their children. The foundation of this work was through the fostering of collaborations with the courts, workforce agencies, prisons, fatherhood programs, domestic violence coalitions, faith-based and community organizations. The current National Strategic Plan takes the bubble chart to the next level. The plan is organized around 5 principles that represent a coherent vision for the future of our program. These principles are Families First, which is a family-centered child support program partners with parents to promote consistent child support payments. Case-specific tools, an effective child support program uses the right tools to meet the needs of the specific case. Modern technology, an efficient child support program incorporates modern technology. Resourceful leadership, an enterprising child support program leverages sufficient resources to meet its mission. And of course, a high-performing child support program is always evidence-based. In Franklin County, we're proud of our accomplishments and we've worked hard to improve our performance and achieve results. However, a deeper analysis into our data reveals that a different approach is required to improve outcomes for families who are on the border of economic stability. With that said, we have a vision for new targeted case management aimed at addressing the scarcity of resources for low-income families. The vision requires new strategies and an influx of new resources to our county program and technology. because we see an ever-broadening gap between the services needed and the direct attention we're able to provide. So keeping all of these goals in mind, our 2017 initiatives build upon the successes of our current programming while we continue to grow as an agency through new initiatives. These programs include Pathways, which is a paradigm shift from the traditional support establishment process. Like many court processes, the traditional administrative support process is adversarial in nature and often enables animosity between the parties. Pathways engages parents in a different way. It was started in 2015. It's a collaborative effort with Franklin County JFS, which provides parents with a path towards supportive services they need to secure jobs, training, GEDs, etc. All of this is done before a support order is ever established. More importantly, it challenges the traditional notions by establishing a positive relationship between the parents and with the child support system right from the very beginning. This is also an opportunity to work with the whole family, both the custodial and non-custodial parents, both the mother and father. We're hoping to build on this work in 2017 through our partnership with JFS and the CCMEP program. Our Compass program is an alternative to the traditional contempt process. It utilizes elements of procedural justice and connects non-paying parents who have been referred to court to a variety of supportive employment services. Rather than sending these parents to jail for non-payment at a cost of $75 per day, we're providing resources so they can secure a job. We've seen many parents whose lives have been transformed through the program, and for the first time, we're forging trusting relationships with those who have inherently viewed us as just another government program. Empowerment Day has become our annual and pinnacle outreach event at the agency. In collaboration with Columbus State and a myriad of community partners, we provide child support services, community services, and a job fair to ensure parents have employment and supportive services that they need. Each year, approximately 500 people attend the event. Also, stay tuned for more detail on one of our most significant collaborative initiatives of 2017, which is the Comprehensive Case Management Employment Program, or CCMEP, partnership with Job and Family Services. Next year, we'll endeavor to lift more families out of poverty by engaging in joint case management with them, which serves the whole families within our combined caseloads. The remainder of the event's program and partnerships on this slide follow the similar Families First theme. So this slide shows our on-base system and some of the brainstorming that went behind it. With the support of our Board of Commissioners, the Franklin County Child Support Agency stepped into the future with our state-of-the-art document imaging system, OnBase. We went live on May 4th, 2015. Since that day, we've scanned and indexed over half of our 72,000 open active case files that were housed at the agency. We've closed and archived almost as many. We're currently developing workflows within our fourth and largest portion of our case management life cycle, which is our enforcement process. The final system implementation will be completed and in place by the end of this year. Our end-to-end go-live is scheduled for early 2017 because of the training needed for our staff. There will still be tweaks and revisions based on system use, but the baseline workflow work is slated to be completed early next year. Although the benefits of this technology are abundantly clear, it's difficult to ascertain in terms of dollars and cents at this point the true cost savings of the OnBase system. This is because, as with the implementation of a project of this scope, project costs currently exceed the technology savings costs. As far as the implementation project costs, as of today, the project remains on time and under budget. As the system becomes complete, a true picture of the cost savings will be revealed. So in July of this year, Commissioner Brown nominated us for an award in recognition of the success of the OnBase project at the Next Generation of Government Training Summit. The following month, I was invited to Washington, D.C., where I was informed and really surprised that the agency was awarded the National Next Generation Courageous Champion Award for our OnBase system. So an enterprising child support program leverages sufficient resources to meet its mission. In this vein, since 2010, the agency, through the competitive grant process, has secured over $4 million in federal demonstration grant funds. We have secured more grant funding than any other child support program in Ohio. These grants have provided us the resources to conduct experimental work in program analysis and process design. We're learning how to design processes and how to communicate with our clients based on their feedback, their culture, their context, rather than our intuition or by assuming solutions. We're learning that sometimes small tweaks in processes have the potential to significantly increase outcomes. These cutting-edge initiatives include BIAS, which is Behavioral Interventions to Advance Family Self-Sufficiency, which was our first dive into the world of behavioral diagnosis and design. We tested the use of behaviorally informed payment reminders on increasing the frequency in which parents make their child support payments. Through this project, we not only learned which prompts influence client behavior, but we also increased collections by $350,000 during the test period. Understanding Perspectives, Behavioral Interventions in Child Support, or UPBICS, Franklin and Cuyahoga counties submitted this proposal together, and we were awarded a $1.2 million demonstration grant over 5 years. The grant's focus is to use behavioral diagnosis and design principles to test interventions that make our administrative adjustment and review process more user-friendly. Our goal is to increase the number of clients who initiate and complete the process of right-sizing their orders, and I'll touch on this program a little bit more in a minute. FFD is our Families Forward Demonstration Grant. It's a 5-year, $3.1 million grant, which will help non-custodial parents gain upskilled employment and receive training within in-demand job sectors. Our goal is not only to find parents jobs, but to upskill and train them for careers in fields where they can excel and grow within our own community. And then finally, PTALK. Franklin County, along with 12 other counties, are piloting a program which provides parents an opportunity to establish a voluntary parenting plan during their initial administrative support hearing. This grant provides the resources to develop and implement a process to evaluate whether providing parents access to visitation early on in the process increases the reliability of child support payments over time. So the goal of this grant is to establish 300 PTALK orders statewide. Most recently, and this is the national press release, most recently, Franklin and Stark counties individually were awarded a 5-year, $2.3 million demonstration grant. This was awarded in October of this year. This grant focuses on examining whether or not incorporating elements of procedural justice into an alternative child support contempt process will increase reliable child support payments. As with 3 of our other grants, we will again be partnering with MDRC, a renowned social research firm, to develop and evaluate our alternative process. Our goal is to determine whether new case conferencing that incorporates elements of procedural justice leads to more consistent child support payments than the traditional contempt process. As I stated previously, the Behavioral Interventions in Child Support, or BICS grant, is a 5-year demonstration grant supported by the Administration for Children and Families, which is aimed at improving the child support modification process by utilizing behavioral interventions through randomized control trials. The intervention is aimed at increasing client success in obtaining accurate review and adjustment of their orders with improved forms, as well as staff intervention. Forms have been shown to modestly increase success within programs, but this intervention takes it a step further with specifically trained caseworkers who perform intensive investigation and outreach. So this training program on the screen was developed by our social program developer, Cassie Young, who manages the grant, and it is being administered to intervention staff to provide them with the context and tools required to better understand and serve our clients. This training design concept has been shared with other urban jurisdictions across the country and has garnered national attention. So each year we provide the latest trainings available to both our staff and our management in order to better assist everyone responding with the appropriate cultural sensitivity, understanding, and support necessary to communicate with each other and our clients. In this vein, we've endeavored to present topics of relevance to our program and the clients we serve, and I'll touch on a few of the trainings we've offered. As our agency continues to progress in the implementation of our grants, We've offered more behaviorally informed training to our employees to ensure that they continue to select the right tool for the right person at the right time to increase the likelihood of reliable support. We're also working on creating a new hire training unit. This unit was created as a transition plan for new staff transitioning from training to case management. The creation of this unit was in response to feedback from staff who stated that they were overwhelmed by the detail and volume of work of their new caseloads. The supervisor and support officer 2 will also be thoroughly trained in the field of behavioral sciences, such as implicit bias, bridges out of poverty, living with scarcity, motivational interviewing, culture and casework, procedural justice, and connecting clients to resources. Beyond training new staff, we're hoping that this unit can also provide refresher and new concept training to existing staff as we delve more and more into the field of social work within our case management systems. Finally, in light of the growing diversity of our community and the Supreme Court's Obergefell decision in favor of marriage equality, we have also prepared our staff for the cases that will be coming our way with non-traditional families. With the help of Stonewall Columbus, all staff were trained in LGBTQ terminology, current legal issues, and the respectful, courteous treatment of all of our clients as well as their coworkers. In line with our evidence-based programming, and next slide, and behaviorally informed training, we recognize that a training program mainly focused on technical aspect of the job is incomplete. We must begin equipping our frontline workers with training on how to understand and provide service to low-income and multiple barrier populations. We have aggressively pursued opportunities such as BICS, the Families Forward demonstration, Procedural Justice Alternative to Contempt, and other grants that allow us to lead the nation in doing the hard work of building an evidence-based for transitioning from an enforcement-first approach to a family empowerment-first approach in child support work. So with that, myself and all of our senior staff that are here today are happy to take any questions.
Great in-depth report. Thank you. Can I ask a question? I was a little concerned, I think it's towards the last part of your testimony. You talked about the feedback from staff expressing that they were overwhelmed with their caseloads, and we've seen that through the years. Is there something, and I know you're addressing it, will there be feedback to this board about the outcomes?
Certainly,
of how you're addressing that?
with the new hire unit, this will also be a, I won't say experimental, but it's a new approach to onboarding staff. And we're hoping that it's more of a phased-in approach, but it also provides them more tools for their toolbox in order to address the really high stress level issues that come to them.
Well, and would you say that stress has changed through the years? I'm in my 12th year, as you know, as a commissioner, and I think it's always been a very stressful job. But we heard this morning from the prosecutor that, you know, and it was on the front page of the Dispatch too today, this overwhelming problem of opioid abuse in Franklin County is just, you know, woven into everything else. Is this new approach kind of trying to address and touch upon those things and just recognize the times we're in?
Absolutely. I think as we move from our traditional collection mentality into more social work, we're very much dealing with the issues that are plaguing our community. As a matter of fact, through our Compass program, we lost several of our participants due to drug overdoses.
Oh my gosh.
And we address issues of homelessness, mental health issues, drug abuse. And although we have 67% of our caseload that are paying their child support regularly through wage withholding orders, that leaves some 33% that have real challenges, and part of those are, you know, substance abuse, drug addiction issues. So our staff have not formally been equipped to deal with those types of issues. They need to know enough to recognize, to respond, and to refer those individuals to appropriate resources.
Well, good.
And
Good luck.
Thank
it's
you.
getting more and more stressful, I think, for all of our safety net service providers throughout the community. As this community grows, we're facing bigger and bigger challenges, and I hope that everybody will let us know
Mhm.
the needs that we have so that we can start addressing them before it becomes too late
Right.
for our staff who may be even in that situation where they're hurting and needing help because of things they're dealing with at home with their own family members or their own addictions or whatever, as they're dealing with stressful issues at work. Same with Job and Family Services, which is next. I mean, we deal with this all the time in employment situations, and what we deal with at the county and are going to deal with more and more are the increasing needs. So, you know, as you're doing all of this wonderfully important work, and it is that, and I commend you and Lori and the staff, everybody, for what you do. It's important that we all do the care that you need to do for yourself and for the employees as well. It's very stressful.
Yeah, I think we recognize that. We recently had trauma-informed training, and that training opens up conversations.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think human services programs in general, even with the comprehensive case
Sure.
management, is really moving towards an empathetic way of case managing. And it's more than just sympathizing. It's really walking in the shoes of your clients and really understanding. And I think that's so important, because you're never gonna be able to relate to your clients, you're never gonna be able to build a relationship or rapport unless you really understand their context or where they're coming from.
That's right.
It's all part of what we're learning, and behavioral economics has really changed us as an organization.
yeah.
Director, I just want to let you know, I appreciate what you guys do, and all the staff. I don't think I've actually formally said this to you or any of you, but the symposium, the Community Resource Symposium that we did at Whitehall Yearling last month, that came as a result of having been to your Empowerment Day and understood the impact that you guys were having the couple different times that I came to the Empowerment Day. I was meeting with ministers who are asking lots of questions about services, and Lance knows the story, and pointing out that they understand that we do a lot of great work. They just weren't on the same page enough to understand how to access that. And so I'm sitting there, kind of getting grilled a little bit by 3 or 4 ministers, and the first thing I thought of was we need to do something like what they do at CSEA, and offer that opportunity for folks to be able to come and see. We had over 500 people there that day.
Right.
JFS staff did a fantastic job, but it was your guys' example that really helped me understand that was a great opportunity that we should take advantage of. So
That was a
thank you.
great opportunity. We did a lot of networking that day as well, and the faith-based community reached out to us, and we gave them contact information for our Speakers Bureau and things like that. So
Good.
hopefully we'll keep becoming more and more intertwined.
Well, folks know to go to their church, go to their pastor for advice and thoughts. They don't always know how to come to us.
Right.
So connecting those two communities, or our organization to that community, has just been helpful. So the more we can do that, the more we can continue to do that, the better off I
Right.
think everybody's gonna be. You know what, and I don't like to throw things like what happened yesterday at Ohio State around, but reaching out to communities after, for instance, what happened yesterday, to be able to have a better line of communication and understand the types of things that are going on and how do we address them better is a good way. And so I know there's an event in the Somali community later this week, so, you know, it's just, I mean, that's where folks find their, it's in their community, in whatever that community may be, their church, their neighborhood, wherever. And reaching out to a big government entity isn't always the easiest thing in the world to do, so.
Right.
So we need to help people help
Right.
themselves.
Right, so we need to be a presence within their events as well.
Well, you are, but
Yes.
we need to continue to, so thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thanks for
lots
your
of room to
example is what
grow.
I'm trying to say, thank you.
Good work.
Thank you,
Mhm.
thank you.
Thank you all.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, for all those other documents, if you haven't signed them.
Got it.